This is a HeadGum podcast.
Oh, come on. Are you serious?
Baby. Look at those eyebrows.
It's adorable. It's adorable. What are you talking about? Look at Arlene. What up, Arlene?
Hi, Arlene.
Oh, Mom. That's high school right there.
What was that award?
It's called the Headmaster's Cup for the student that most exemplifies the spirit of the institution.
Of course.
There you go.
Not surprising. You are Randall.
End of chat about success.
Yep. Welcome back to another installment of Chat With Us.
Chat.
Where we take a break from our rewatch podcast and we dive into a topic inspired by the themes of our show, This Is Us. And today's topic is a big one. You ready?
What is it?
Success.
Okay.
Success.
Oh, here we go.
We're talking about ambition,
Tell them about it.
achievement,
Yes, sir.
fulfillment,
Show you
chasing
that.
dreams, changing dreams, and that feeling that we all have when we just get to the next thing, then we'll finally feel successful.
Or will we? This Is Us explored this constantly. Kevin had fame, but searched for purpose. Randall checked every box, but was still anxious. Kate spent years redefining what success meant for her. So today we're asking, what actually makes a successful life? But first, let's do a little catch up. How you guys doing?
Let's do a little catch up.
I can talk about a little personal success. Amari Brown won Kids basketball championship. Final score was 31-30. We were winning at halftime by 4 points. The other team came back and got up by 6 points.
Ooh.
We climbed back to a tie. Amari Brown got fouled on a layup. It was an and one, hit his free throw, right? The best part of this whole game is that the coach of the other team, who I don't know, but we had to play him once in the regular season and once during the playoffs. He's a very loud and passionate man, and he sort of chafed Brown in a way that Brown is not accustomed to being chafed. If you ever want to see something funny, watch Brown coach in the playoff game, because it is.
Oh, you were coaching.
Oh yeah.
So you're on like a 12?
Right, we turned it up to 11.
Okay.
All the way up, right? Then watch Ryan Michelle Bathay in the stands. You guys, my wife will go after any parent that she thinks is sort of like attacking her child. If the parent's like, that's a foul. She's like, it was not a foul. Like, Ryan is hysterical. I've had to keep Ryan from at least 3 fights that I can think of. Once in like Little League Super Bowl games in flag football, and once yesterday, or when she had the playoff game, the
You gotta
championship.
invite me to these things.
Yeah, this is his bread and
I
butter.
will absolutely invite you, because like from like coaching, I'm talking to the kids and I hear my wife, and I turn around and I say, hey, it's okay. And she'll be like, like it is absolutely hysterical. But the game is over. We win 31-30. Andrew Brown, who acts like he's too cool for school for everything, runs out onto the court and grabs 10-year-old boys. Is like, let's go! Let's fucking go! Like, he gets so hyped. There's one of the few times that I see him and his brother like jump and embrace and like hug each other and everything. Like, that was, as far as success is concerned, because the winning is one thing. What you feel more than anything else is relief, because the sadness
is too much.
Oh gosh. Do you guys remember, you guys may not be old enough for, ABC used to do something called The Wide World of Sports. And they would talk about
that.
And Howard Cosell would, the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. I think the agony of defeat probably hits harder than actually the thrill of victory. So I feel like, okay, we made it through that one, because when the 10-year-old, like even as I'm shaking the hands of the other kids and the tears are streaming down their eyes, I'm like, hey fella, you played a great game. You played a great game. And I even
not
the
better
coach,
than us, but pretty good.
I even dapped up the coach and I said, good coach. He tried to slow the game down. So we have offensive players who are pretty good. In the first half of the basketball game, you're not allowed to press full court, so you can set up your offense. And the second half of this league, you can press full court, so things get a little helter-skelter. So in the half court, we dominate because we have two kids who I would say are Sullivan-esque in terms of stature. They're like big boys.
Hairy-chested.
There you go.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. Where parents are like, is he really 10?
Full beard.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the whole thing. So the guy would literally hold the ball, right? And because we didn't want to press him, he would spend 2 minutes just holding the ball to slow the game down. Yeah. So I got a little frustrated, but it was okay. We got the W in the end. So I'm just sharing a little story of success and what happened to us recently. That's it. What's going on with you guys?
Why doesn't victory last as long as defeat?
Yeah.
Right?
Why doesn't it stick? Why don't we hold on to it? Why does it not hold as much weight as failure?
I think it goes back
and
to the
defeat?
reticular activating system. We as human beings have
Say
been
it again?
the reticular activating system,
Tell me about it.
RAS. It is the thing, what you were talking about, a negativity bias.
Yes.
It's why people hold on to bad news.
Yeah.
Right? Longer, for every 10 pieces of bad news or every
10 pieces of
good news, one piece of bad news sort of equals that sort of thing. It's the thing that lingers in our mind.
Yeah.
Losing hurts. I think also it's like safety-wise, if this is bitter, I could die. Like there are things that were legitimate dangers in the past. It's like, I got to remember, if I touch that, that's hot. That sort of thing. And so it's still
a survival
present here,
mechanism,
but not as
If I'm not
relevant
if I'm not
necessarily.
victorious in battle, I'll never find a mate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's basically it. You're right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I will lose and I will die alone. I mean, that's like that,
the
right?
fear at the base of everything. I will end up dying alone.
Yeah.
Seriously.
That's a
Yeah.
tough one.
I think that's what much comes back to.
Yeah.
Do you have any other stories to share before because there's a game to play, but I want to make sure
I'm
we
trying
talk
to
about what's
think
going
of
on with you people.
I mean, I'm trying to think about how I can relate to this story because I was a highly competitive athlete as a kid. And there's just those, and in the last episode, or I don't know if it was the last episode, one of the recent episodes, we were talking about the inner critic and just that you're no good. You're not good enough.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as something confirms, something agrees with that voice, then now that's just confirmation.
That's also the RAS.
it's confirmation.
Absolutely.
That's
the confirmation
It's
bias that you're talking
cement.
about.
And I've talked about this with Rachel in couples therapy, where our couples therapist is like, that you need to for any bit of criticism that you have for your partner, you need to deliver 20.
20.
It's 20
I
to
said
1.
10. See?
It's
Yep.
20 to 1.
There you go.
Compliments or encouragements.
Yeah.
Mm.
And that's a lot of work. And I was telling Rachel, it's like, yeah, Rach, if you point out where I failed, there's a voice in my head that told me I was gonna fail before I even did. And then I did fail. And then you slightly mention it, not even with any malice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now I'm being ganged up on.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. By myself?
By you and myself.
Yeah.
And it comes off like, I know it gets defensive,
Sure.
right? And I still, I'm 45 years old and still have a hard time with that.
Yeah. I think it's something that we'll continue to battle through life,
Yeah.
What about you, Amanda?
I'm trying to think. I don't really have any relation
don't
to
really
this.
lose.
I don't lose.
You only win.
I'm only
You're like
a
Sean
winner.
Carter,
That's
Jay-Z.
right.
I will not lose.
No, I mean, and I don't have any experience yet with my children. They're so little. And guys, I can't believe that we're on the precipice of summer. I guess summer's sort of already started.
There you go.
Yeah.
We're about to get out of school
Yes.
over in our
You're not
we
out
have-
yet.
we
We're
have
out.
one kid out.
Okay.
The other's gonna be out in a week and change.
Yeah.
And then I feel like already, I don't know if you guys are feeling this way, but we have a lot of summer plans. I know you're working.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be working too.
Yeah.
But it's okay, we have camps and
Mhm.
Taylor's on the road, and then we have one little trip here, and then we have more camp, and then we have another trip, and then it's and then school starts.
Yeah. Summer's tough.
Summer's tough. And I think back now to my parents. Again, we were talking about earlier, all the things that you just you don't know until you know them, until
Yes,
you've
ma'am.
experienced. Now being a parent, I'm oh my gosh, not everybody has a summer vacation.
Yeah.
I just loved summer as a kid. I loved those lazy days with no plans.
Uh-huh.
And now as a parent, I'm that must have been the world's worst circumstance for my parents. Because like they had 3 kids and like just trying to make sure that everybody had plans, that everyone had something to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then there's those days where every other kid on the street is gone on their trip.
Yep.
Sure.
And it's you and your brother. And it's Sacramento.
And it's hot.
And it's 105 degrees outside. And your mom is like, get out of my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go outside and play.
Go
Go
do something.
outside.
Go do
It's
something.
I'm going to
100
melt.
It's 105 degrees. You're drinking that brassy water
From
from
the
the
hose.
hose.
Yeah.
It's so hot
Yeah.
out here.
And the hose water's still kind of hot too.
Yeah, it starts out hot. You got to
Yeah.
wait for groundwater
Yeah,
to make its way up.
Yes.
Too hot to drink. You're like, I can make tea with the first 30 seconds of this
Was
water.
the water better, or was that something we were never supposed to do?
Uh,
That water was so refreshing.
we
to me.
probably hadn't ruined it quite
Yeah,
as much
okay.
yet.
Maybe
Yeah.
not.
But it probably
100%
wasn't.
we hadn't ruined it as much.
But it wasn't made
Yeah.
for mass consumption.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, I used to see if I could stop the water with the pressure of my mouth.
Bro, absolutely.
Can't do it. Came on my nose.
You do that.
Ah.
You fill the water gun up with water and just,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. What was that?
just to take
Just
some shots
squirting
to
the water
throat.
gun in your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not? I'm thirsty.
Just
Water.
Just skating around, getting
Summer.
into trouble.
Microplastics.
I would
Just
go.
getting some of them
Oh,
microplastics.
no, not
We
no
had- we had-
microplastic.
We had a 7-Eleven, like kind of at the end of our subdivision.
Yeah.
It took like
oh my god.
20 minutes on the bike to
That's
get
the
there.
quick trip for us.
That must have seemed like Narnia.
It was.
Shangri-La, bro.
You guys, let's go to 7-Eleven.
Let's go to 7. Let's ride our bikes to 7-Eleven.
All right.
What'd
Totally.
you
And
get?
like my mom gave us like $5.
$5.
Going crazy.
Yeah.
You
You
know,
could raid the place.
Oh,
Candy
totally. It
Was
was
like
like-
39 cents.
Oh yeah, it was like Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah.
For me, my order was always like Jolly Ranchers,
Jolly.
strawberry
Your order.
preferred. My order.
okay.
Hello, my good man.
Hello, my good
My name is
sir.
Amanda. I would like to place an order. The guy's like, it's a
Here's my
convenience
7-Eleven
store.
order, okay?
Yeah.
Give it to me.
Remember they used to have the long Jolly Rancher strips? They were like
Yeah,
like
I
a
do.
tab
Sure.
of solid like
Yes.
lollipop, but they were Jolly Rancher. You
Yes.
don't remember this?
No.
Absolutely.
Oh my
Long
gosh.
and thin.
Long and thin.
Yeah.
Okay.
They would have like cherry, watermelon, strawberry was
Yeah.
the mecca.
That's your
Okay.
jam.
So a strawberry Jolly Rancher, a Coke Slurpee,
Yeah.
obviously.
Not mad at that.
Yeah.
And then like either a Reese's peanut butter cup or Pieces
Peanut butter and chocolate.
or like
Uh-huh.
a whatchamacallit
What's-
bar. So I could have a
Ah.
chocolate and a little bit of like a sour,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, and maybe a gummy bear situation too.
I would spend too much money on some Big League Chew
Oh, really?
and would just wear my jaw
Out.
Out.
Oh my gosh. And
Yeah.
Big League Chew loses flavor
Instantly.
after about 5 chews.
Yeah.
So you do it or not, and then you make a big, you don't spit it out.
No,
you
you
make
put a bigger
wad.
ball
Guess I
of,
need
yeah.
more
yeah.
And then at the end,
Your poor
Yeah.
jaw.
Jaw,
Hurts
just
to like think
jaw.
about
Yeah,
it.
but that's why you got this strong jaw now.
mewing. I was mewing before anybody even knew what that was.
Mewing.
There you go.
Summer. That's what I think about when I think about summer.
Yeah.
This is a game to play. As we get into success or whatnot, this is the producers came up with this. We're going to compliment each other.
Okay.
As we compliment each other, you're not allowed to smile.
I've already lost this game.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I'm not betting on myself in this one.
I'm not betting on
All
myself.
right. Christopher is strong. He's
Yeah.
ready. He's locked
Look
in
at him.
right now.
Look at him.
I mean,
We're
I've got such low self-esteem already. None of your compliments
Look,
can get through
They
my,
won't
I'm
my
penetrate.
negative inner voice.
I'm working right now just to keep it
Yeah, just trying to let the
loose.
I've already lost.
Get the
I'm
giggles
already.
out.
I'm already.
Chris, would you like to give Mandy a compliment, and then I'll give Mandy a compliment, and then she'll be
Do
the
I have to
first
keep my eyes
recipient.
open?
Yes.
Yes.
You have to take this in.
yes,
Drink all this.
and
in.
you have to watch us one day early on Hulu.
There you go. Here we go.
Who, me specifically, or just the
Yes,
world?
Yeah.
The world and Mandy.
Wait, I have to look at you guys while you're complimenting
You
me?
can look at me while Chris compliments you.
Oh my god.
But don't know.
Amanda Lee Moore. You look
I've
at me.
already lost.
You look at me.
I've already
I
lost.
haven't even given you the compliment. Are you?
Hold on, hold on,
Okay.
hold on,
hold on.
hold on.
Let me know
hold on.
when you're done smiling.
I'm not gonna do it.
You
You're not going to do it.
So as a woman thinketh in her heart, so is she. You got this. That's biblical.
Yeah.
Come on.
So as a woman thinketh in her mind,
This is not helping.
so is she.
You got this. Here we go.
Okay.
Mandy, I love that you're always smiling.
It's just your voice. Your voice makes me laugh.
Thank you.
With the voice.
All right, now I'm going to get Sterling.
All right. Okay. Come on, Brown. Get it together.
Get it together.
Get it the fuck together.
You're not that special.
Shit.
You're not that special.
Whoop. Yeah, don't look at me. I got mischief in my eyes that I will transmit across the airwaves. This is for our listening audience.
And our Hulu watching audience.
All of the big pauses are for people watching a day early on Hulu. Sterling K. Brown.
Yes, sir.
You might be the greatest kisser I've ever experienced.
Thank you, buddy.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. It's my turn. You want to say something?
No, go for it.
Just very considerate.
You're talking about me as a kisser.
Oh, no, just as a person. You're kissing, very forceful, very inconsiderate, actually, almost too aggressive. Beard on beard is not ideal, but I'll take it.
My man. Thank you.
I almost got him.
Thank
I
you.
almost got him.
Thank
I almost
you.
got him.
More That Was Us after this short break. One of the things that people love about This Is Us is that the homes on the show almost feel like characters,
That's
right? The Pearson house, the cabin, the places that the family keeps coming back to.
Yeah, growing up, we actually had a cabin in the Sierra Nevada mountains.
Oh, get out of here.
And near Lake Tahoe, and
That's right.
just outside of Truckee. And we used to go there quite a bit for holidays and weekends. And it was a really magical place. There was no homework there. There was no worries there.
love
It was
that. Yeah.
just fun and adventure. And it's a character in our family history.
Yeah.
These are the places that matter because they hold memories. And
Yeah.
when you think about travel, families are often looking for that same feeling, comfort, space, and somewhere they can actually be together even while they're away.
Well said, sir. So when you are away, listing your space on Airbnb can be a way for you to share that kind of comfort with travelers coming to your area while earning extra cash.
See, that is just a smart way to make use of your own space when you're not using it.
Yeah.
And with Airbnb's co-host network, you can get support from a vetted local co-host who has hosting experience.
A co-host can help create your listing, manage reservations, message guests, and provide on-site support. They can even help with design and styling.
That means your space can keep being useful while you are somewhere else making your own memories.
So if you're ready to host, but you could use a little bit of help, find a co-host at airbnb.com/host.
This is the deal with David, with David protein bars. They stay in the car, they stay in the backpack.
Yep.
A long day on set or
Yeah.
whatnot. I love craft services, but I love craft services too much.
Yes.
I keep the David protein bar on me so I don't go snack on things that I don't need.
That's right.
You get 150 calories.
I get 150 calories
For
to get about
28 grams of protein. Yeah.
I'm, trying to go to the gym.
Yeah.
I'm lifting heavy. I'm lifting.
Show it.
I'm lifting
Give it.
heavy weights. I'm lifting. I'm, worried about my bone density, but I'm also worried about making sure that I get enough protein every day.
Sure.
I'm telling you that at the end of the day, when I want to reach for something,
Yeah.
like a sweet treat,
Yes.
I reach for a David.
And they
protein
are
bar
sweet.
instead.
Each gold bar features an indulgent, doughy
Tell 'em.
texture,
Come on.
studded with satisfying chunks and airy crisps.
That's right.
My favorite flavors, I'm talking about chocolate chip cookie dough,
My
baby.
favorite.
Yeah,
Oh, the
yeah.
peanut butter chocolate
Oh,
chocolate.
I
salted
mess with
peanut
the
butter.
cinnamon roll too, bro.
Really?
You like a cinnamon
Yeah.
roll?
I get down with it.
I love
Right.
peanut butter, so salted peanut butter, those are always
Do
my jam.
not
Yeah.
just take our word for it. Go grab one for yourself. Head to Walmart today to try a bar or stock up on 4 cartons of your favorite flavors like blueberry pie.
Salted peanut butter?
Sold
Sold
exclusively
exclusively.
at Walmart. Check out walmart.com to find a store near you.
Listen, I'm not even going to try to make you smile
Okay.
or laugh.
Okay.
That's not the thing. I'm going to tell you about how incredibly moved I am to be your friend and how Your transparency as a human being is something that I think is worthy of emulation for all human beings. The way that you've talked about your addiction in the past, the way that you talk about how you're still moving through things or whatnot, I think you're one of the most beautiful people I've ever met in my life. And you don't have to smile at that. You don't have to do anything. I just want you to receive it because I absolutely mean it. I love you.
I love you too. So this game was just designed to make me look like a dick? Is that just to not smile? And I get it.
That's
I get
it.
You've I love you.
I love you too, buddy.
I love the way you play the game.
Thank you.
And I do receive that
Thank you.
wholeheartedly.
I appreciate you. What about you,
Mandy's
man?
still smiling.
I'm still smiling. I just
Yeah.
haven't stopped smiling.
I gave you, no, I don't, I think Mandy Moore is the heart and soul of This Is Us. I think the work that she did as Rebecca Pearson is probably one of the greatest performances over 6 years of television that anybody has ever put down. I think she is undersung because people knew her as a singer first. And so sometimes they're like, is she really an actor? Watch the work. All you have to do is watch the work, experience how connected she is in every moment on camera. This chick is a fucking beast. And if you guys don't recognize it, fucking recognize. Love you.
Oh, love you. Thank you.
That's it.
This is a wild game.
Loser.
Loser.
Smiling.
I'm a loser. I'm a loser and a winner.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Should we move on to the next? Should we
But
talk
this
about
game
success?
sucks.
This game
I
sucks,
love
guys.
this game. It was great. This was great.
Well, now I want to give a real compliment.
I know.
I
Me
changed
too.
it. So you didn't expect me to flip it. I tried to. I was like, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna go sincere.
This game was called Sterling Takes the High Road. And that's one. That's
Yay me. We're talking about success. And I'm curious for you guys. Have you ever had a working definition of what success means in your mind?
I thought when this came up as the topic, I was like, I have no idea
How to talk about
what
this?
they're talking about.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you don't
It's
feel like you've
ethereal.
come...
It's ethereal. It's a hard.
I'm so stuck on not getting to compliment both of you guys, but
Did you want to?
I mean, yeah.
Sorry, we moved too
No,
fast.
no. I just like, I don't know. Is it weird now?
No.
No,
I
yeah, it's
just feel, yeah. I mean, for both of you, like, I echo what Sterling said, Chris. Like, there's something so profoundly human about your vulnerability and your generosity as a friend. You're the reason we're here. If it weren't for you, Chris, this podcast wouldn't exist. You are the muscle and the heart behind this whole operation. You do so much silently. You never ask for credit. You never ask for gratitude. And you deserve all of that. And you're just such a wise human. You're never afraid to reveal every side of yourself, not just to us as your friends, but like the world at large.
Yeah.
You're an unbelievably talented human. It is such a joy to watch you do anything on camera, always. It's a joy to watch you on stage where I feel like you really come alive in a way that like the camera doesn't get to capture. And you're just like one of my favorite people to be around. You make me laugh and you do too, like nobody else. And I feel so surprised and lucky that this opportunity for the three of us to pair up came about, because I feel like as much as I knew you and loved you before, I know you in such a like profoundly holistic way that I wasn't expecting. And I'm really grateful for that. Yeah.
That's very nice. Thank you.
I smile for Chris.
I think we all can smile.
Yeah, I'm smiling.
It's hard to pay you a compliment, Sterling. It's hard to like even begin to like dig into the treasure that you are as a human. It's like we all come across people who know you, who love you, and who have, worked with you or even just like met you in passing. And they're like, I love Sterling. And it's so universal. Everybody feels the same way about you. You are the brightest light in any room. You radiate a warmth you radiate a curiosity that I find inspiring. I'm like, wow, that is such a great reminder to never stop learning, to never stop being open. And as someone who has found who can do anything, truly, you can do anything. You are everything. You are hilarious. You are the smartest person in every room. You knock us out with your vocabulary, your knowledge. You are truly what keeps this train running on this podcast as well. But it's just like, you just never cease to amaze me that you find the time for everything. You find the time for your family. You find the time for friends. You find the time to watch every single television show somehow. You know about every movie. You have this encyclopedic version of everything. You're just a feat as a human, and I love you, and I feel so lucky that like our little corner of the world, our little 6 years of being together means that like I'm going to get to know you both for the rest of my life is the best gift I ever could have imagined.
I love you, Mandy, more.
I love you. This is a fun game.
Thank you.
Now I'll do a real one.
Now it's a real one.
The idea of doing this together is not haphazard, right? It's not It's not slapdash. It's very, from my part, I have always viewed both of you as two of the most self-realized people and artists that I've ever encountered. And that makes me feel alive. I love being around you.
Likewise.
And I love learning from you, both as parents and as people and as artists, watching you work. And to be able to sit down and have heartfelt conversation and also make jokes and be silly.
Yeah.
And then stop and eat lunch and still be talking. And
Totally.
you know what I mean? And then it's a rare thing. So I'm on every time we schedule another day of this, I'm like, I can't believe they're coming back for another day of this. This is incredible. I get to sit down with these two for another day of this. And I just, driving here, no matter what is happening, I am always so excited to be here and so excited to see you and to talk to you, because I can be going through like I told Mandy on the way, like right before I walked in, it was like life was just like, and I almost didn't care for the first time. I was like, but it's all right because I'm going to do this, and then I'll get back to that.
Yeah.
And so I'm just every day I'm honored that you've taken the time.
Likewise, times a million.
And I learned so much from you both, and so I'm very grateful for that.
Likewise.
Namaste.
What a nice little. Because by the way, like, to me, this is success.
Yeah.
Like, to me, everything, every lovely word we all just said about each other, that is success.
Yeah.
That is legacy. Like, that to me is a big part of what's most important to me is, you know, the people that I am lucky enough to get to work with and respect them regarding me well, and being able to learn from one another, learn from these collective shared experiences we're having. Everyone has a different definition of what success is. And I know this sort of, you know, piggybacks on everything that we're going to be talking about in this episode. And I feel like the definition definitely ebbs and flows, and it shifts and it evolves as we get older, in the same way that like our definitions of what love is, romantic love. And, but that's something that's always been constant to me, is like, there's so much that's out of your control.
Yeah.
The things that you can control, like, I don't know, is there's so much value in that to me. And that is what I equate a lot of success to.
All right, this is Mandy specific, because I think you are the most known of us for the longest period of time. When let's not even talk about success, but let's talk about fame and how they're sort of in conjunction with success to a certain extent. What was it like to deal with fame early? Did it feel like, especially compared to the average teenager who's around you or whatnot?
But I don't know. Yeah, it's like I don't know anyone else's experience but my own.
Well, tell me about that the experience. Did you feel isolated in the experience, or did you feel welcomed in the experience?
Both.
Both.
At different times.
Yeah.
I think I was aware that my situation was incredibly lucky
Sure.
and other.
Yeah.
And so I had gratitude and grief and sometimes
Yeah.
for what I was missing out on.
Sure.
Yeah.
I was sad to not like have the regular high school and college experience because that was something I had always sort of imagined for myself and envisioned for myself. So grieving that while also being grateful for like, oh, but I'm on a film set in Prague.
Right.
And not at my high school graduation or at prom is like to hold both of those things at the same time.
Did you go junior or senior year? Did you get a prom?
I went to homecoming junior year.
You got the homecoming. Okay.
Or sophomore or something. I think maybe it was sophomore.
Did you win homecoming queen?
No. I wasn't in school. No, I told you that was the one where I went back and like the girls were talking about me in the bathroom. Like in a rom-com. Where I was like peeing.
You were like in the stall.
I was in the stall and they were like, ugh. She thinks so highly of herself. Like, I can't believe she would come back. She doesn't even go to school here anymore. Like, who does she think she is?
And then did you kick the door open?
Yeah.
And walk out?
And do like a hair
Walk
flip.
up to the mirror and put your lipstick on. And then you kiss the glass. And you're like, see you later, bitches.
I should have.
Yeah.
The movie version of me did that.
This is very funny.
The real life version waited in the stall until they left.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yes.
Obviously. That'd have been my move.
Yeah.
So I'll start with the beginning.
That happened to me a couple of nights ago, accidentally.
Are you serious?
Well, not that I had to wait in the stall. I was at the Directors Guild and I wandered in to the restroom and I'm in the stall and then I hear high heels and then I hear two ladies talking.
I'm gone.
And I'm like, oh no. Oh no. Oh, I'm in the
wrong place.
I'm in the women's restroom. Oh dear. Oh, what's the play here, Sullivan? What's the play here? So I hovered.
Oh, I almost fucked that up.
Waited for silence and was able to get out of there without being arrested. That was my fear, is that I was going to come out so someone was going to scream. And security. Chris Sullivan found lurking in the women's restroom at the Directors Guild.
I've totally
this is
done
a
that.
star.
Yeah.
I've totally done that.
I was on my phone and the entrances were right next to each other and I just like wandered in.
Like the lettering wasn't clear on the outside of the restroom, and I thought like, this is a unisex restroom.
Yeah.
And I went in, and I was in the stall.
Yeah.
And when I came out, it was nothing but women.
Yeah.
And I was just like, hey guys.
Yeah. What I'm saying is my experience the other night was exactly like your experience.
Exactly. Gotta wait it out. Gotta wait it out.
Gotta wait it out. I gotta wait this one out.
Success.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Back to you.
Sure.
Do you feel finding fame later in life, both of you actually?
Yeah.
How does that, maybe like, what is the perception you had of what it meant to be famous versus the reality of your lived experience now for both of you? And your relationship to fame versus success, like what you were hoping for or dreaming about, or did they ever go hand in hand? Or
there is some sort of overlap between the two, but they're not the same thing. For me, when I first got out of grad school, I had a conversation with God, and the conversation said, God, I paid all this money for this degree. Can I please make a living at doing the thing that I love doing? And paying the bills as an actor was what I defined success as being.
Yeah.
And I've been successful. I've been successful in that way since I got out of school, right? I would say for me, the tipping point in the career was OJ, followed by This Is Us, followed by everything that come after it, right? There was a big turn between being a journeyman actor, right? And be like, oh, I remember that guy from this episode of Supernatural. He was on Without a Trace. Oh, I remember. He did AAR back in the day. And then be like, oh, I said this. I remember.
People know your name without Googling you.
This is it.
Yeah.
When they refer to you specifically, and I knew this was a definition of success for me. If you don't call me the character name and you call me by my name.
That's success.
I remember thinking that. I remember thinking that, like, oh, people think that I'm Roland from Army Wives, or I'm Randall, or I'm this character, whatever. But when people say, "Are you Sterling K. Brown?" it means it's completely different.
Yeah.
It hits you in a whole nother way.
You say, "No, get away from me."
I said, leave me alone, ma'am.
So that was also a part of it. But like, I think it's a much more sort of holistic thing, and it has more to do with life in general than it does about the career specifically. Because like, going home and knowing that I'm going to the arms of a woman who's loving and looking forward to seeing me, kids who are well provided for and are happy and are excited to go out into the world and make a contribution. Like, I feel like that's when you're young, you don't necessarily think, all you're thinking about is a career probably. But like, by the time I got to 25, 26, I knew that the career was not the end all. I knew it was a part of a successful life, but it wasn't the only thing in a successful life. Like, I've wanted to be a dad since I was 16, 17 years old. I think because I had all the nieces and nephews and everything, and I was like, ooh, children bring life. There's vitality whenever I'm in the presence of these beautiful, pure people that have like this curiosity and engagement with the world, and they're seeing it with new eyes. Like, that was something that was always going to be a part of the equation for me.
Yeah.
So I think when that all came together, and especially, honestly, in my mind, I always had 2 kids in my head.
Wow.
And Rye sort of like, she's like, how did you know this? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I would have these like lucid dreams back in the day of like what it was going to look like. And it wasn't necessarily 2 boys, right? But it was 2 people like climbing on me and just like doing stuff. And I'm like, what are you doing? And they were like, I don't know. And I'm like, stop climbing on me. But it always just made me happy. Like, when you went to the zoo and you saw like the bear cubs, I was like, that's that shit right there. I was like, that's what I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like this eternally youthful person. So I think like being in the presence of youth and having youth to be able to shape and guide and mold and sort of like turn them into the kind of people that I want to hang out with someday.
Right.
Yeah.
Was part of it.
Merriam-Webster defines success as the accomplishment of a desired goal or the favorable outcome of an endeavor. It is a highly personal concept that can range from achieving wealth, fame, and status to finding personal fulfillment, inner peace, and good health.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the idea of being successful is maybe too overarching of a term. Phrase.
Okay.
Being successful.
Yeah.
Having successes.
Sure.
Is something
Successes.
I can relate to and identify. Like, that was a successful endeavor. That I achieved this goal, so I succeeded in achieving that goal. Yeah. But to be a success is a different thing.
Different concept.
Especially now. What was the question? When you were young, what was the idea?
Oh yeah, and this idea of fame and success.
Right.
That sort of.
I definitely think there are huge pros and cons to fame.
Yeah.
And I don't want to listen. I want to maintain relatability. So I want to share it in such a way that people aren't, oh, don't cry for me, Argentina. You know what I'm saying? There is
also unrelatable. Quoting Evita.
Sorry, Evita. The access to people want to be around you.
Yeah.
They want to invite you to galas and things and to be on their shows, etc. And it's fun and it's cool and it's exciting, right? Then there is the assumed knowledge of I know who this person is.
Right.
And this person is here for my benefit. And I am. But not only for your benefit, I'm also just like a dude in life. And that gets forgotten sometimes when you're just out in public, right?
Sure.
And you have to, I've had conversations about this recently, like you have to draw these very firm boundaries about what you will allow and not allow if you want to continue to be a person who is in communion with people, right? Because my wife will ask me sometimes, you should get a gate. We should get a gate. And I was like, no, I don't. and it's not a safety thing per se. I don't like the idea of keeping myself at arm's length because I love people, right? But you can see how as people sort of like grow in their fame, can become more isolated because it's hard to just be out amongst people and then receive you as a person.
Right.
And you are just a person.
Right.
Like at the end of the day, like that's what you are. And so like people will be out and they say, oh my goodness, can I get this picture? And I'll say, no, but you can get this hug. And you can't get this handshake because right now I'm with my kids. Or right now I'm with my wife. Right now I'm with really close friends that I haven't had a chance to catch up with in a while.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure they get the time that they deserve. And you know what? People are real cool.
Yeah.
They're like, once you sort of like lay it out for them in that way, they're like, you know what, bruh? Completely get it. Thank you so much for your work and everything like that. Because I don't want to be someone who just stays in the house.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you see like how that can happen.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why fame and success are sort of like, they run parallel sometimes.
Yeah,
but
they merge together at certain points, but they
Yeah.
don't always have to.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
Yeah.
Are you about to ask me a question?
Oh, bother.
What's your question?
No. Oh, bother. Lost my tail again.
Is there anything that you thought like once you make it to a certain thing that you felt like you made
It was the same. Like when I was living in Chicago and I bought a condo.
Yeah.
And was paying for my mortgage on this condo.
Yes, sir.
As a theater actor.
Yeah, man.
I was like,
I made it.
how about this? How about these? How about these boards?
Well, I got
treading
it.
these boards.
I got it.
The stuff like that has always been. It's easy because it's physical. Like it's a physical thing that you can point to and be like, I pay for my housing with a thing that I do.
Sure.
But as I've gotten older, I think it's more. It's evolved into overarchingly realizing that I am successful if the people around me feel like the fullest versions of themselves.
I like that.
If that makes sense.
It does.
Yeah.
But so that's been a big shift from like, in my journals, I was like, if I get an Academy Award, that will be a thing that I can put on a shelf and point to and be like, success.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so there's all these like physical things.
Yeah.
Yeah. The car I want to drive.
I got you.
The whatever it is.
I remember as a kid, even as a, like teenager thinking, if I could have longevity, that is success.
Longevity in career?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Longevity in career. If we're just talking in the professional realm.
Yeah.
That is success to
Is
me.
there a person like a tent pole that you would look at and be like a career like hers would be, or his?
I've said
either
it
one?
so many times lately, but I loved Bette Midler.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Loved. I still love. She's still with us, thank God.
Yeah.
But I mean, when I was a kid, my mom had this like tour book of hers that she went and saw her like in concert, and I would flip through and see her in all her different costumes, but like I loved Beaches.
Yeah.
And to know that
I've
she
not
made
seen
record.
Beaches.
Oh,
Look at that.
Yeah.
The tables have turned.
the tables
I
have
shared
turned.
it just because I knew
Thank
I've
you.
roasted
That makes me
so
feel-
many
Yeah.
times.
That makes me feel warm
I need to see
inside.
Beaches.
We listened to two kinds of music in my mom's car growing up.
The Beaches soundtrack?
Yep.
And what, wept?
And Paul Simon.
Wow.
That was it.
Graceland and the Beaches soundtrack?
Literally. Yes.
Wow, those are two real.
I love
Did you
that.
ever know that you're my hero?
But I loved that she made music, was on Broadway.
Mhm.
Like I remember Gypsy, like she had just done Gypsy. She was in movies, obviously.
Yeah.
She did TV. She had a kid. She was married. Like I was
Yeah.
like, oh, she does everything. And she's also like very much an individual.
Yeah.
Like she's not everyone's cup of tea.
Sure.
And I was like, and she's been doing this since she was like, in her 20s, like
Right.
playing with Barry Manilow. Like I just thought that was so cool. I'm
I
like,
love
I want to
that.
do everything like her. And she's still doing that.
Yeah.
So people like that I just was like, yeah, and Diane
Yeah.
Keaton. Like there was actresses too that I was just like, wow, people that have really like carved their own path that was really inspiring to me. But yeah, just longevity. I was like, I want to do this forever. Like
Sure.
for as long as I'm allowed, as long as I'm interested still.
Yeah.
And I feel like in many ways, like my definition of success, again, in the professional realm, is still defined that way.
Yeah.
Because there's so much out of our control.
Yeah.
Sure.
Was
Like-
there ever anything else you were going to do?
No,
Nothing.
no.
Ever.
From 6 on, I was like, I'm going to sing and act.
I love it.
You guys?
I didn't find acting until I did my first play freshman year of high school. I
Right.
did Godspell.
Same.
Was in the ensemble, and I was like, ooh, this is fun. And this is a high that I can receive that I get on the football field and the basketball court, and nobody's hitting me.
Yeah.
And that feels nice.
Yeah.
And then I didn't have
And there's girls.
there's girls too.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until, sophomore year of college where I sort of like actually chose it as a pathway. So up until then, I had dreams of being like a football coach.
Mm-hmm.
I loved kids. Like I loved being although the 2 times I've been a counselor, I was not asked back the next year because they told me that I played too much with the kids.
Like a camp counselor?
Yeah.
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 I could see that.
They told me like
Like you were one of the kids.
Yeah, basically.
Sterling, if you would like to attend the camp, you're going to have to pay.
Yeah.
We're not going to pay you.
Right? That was the rap that I got there. But I knew I wanted to do something with kids, but it wasn't clear
Yeah.
exactly what it was gonna be.
Yeah.
Something with sports or maybe even
Yeah.
in the theater. But what about you? Besides tennis?
I mean, yeah, there was around 14, 15, there was the possibility of trying to play professionally.
Okay.
That's probably about the crossroads for
Yeah.
most young men, 13, 14, 15, whether you're all in or you're all out. Being a coach, I would coach tennis during the summers at Stanford.
Okay.
And then there were brief little forays into, I had looked up and actually sent an application into the FBI because I loved the X-Files so much.
Cute.
Yeah.
I love it. That's awesome.
And I was like, I'd like to be a part of your ghost division.
Ding,
No, I
dong,
was like,
ding, dong,
whatever it
ding.
was. But I was like, that'd be interesting. And then I had a friend at my church who was a sheriff. And I'm like, oh, law enforcement. That's interesting. I thought about that. I looked into that. It was
Okay.
like one of those or high school things where like, what do you want to be? And you're like, I don't know. Well, how about this? And then yeah, once high school, once I started doing plays,
Yeah.
I was like,
You knew.
how do I do this?
Okay.
And it wasn't even about because I was in Sacramento. I was like, there's no movies, there's no TV. Like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do theater
Yeah.
for the rest of my life. And then I found Chicago, which is like, oh, you can actually do theater
Yeah.
for the rest of your life and own a house and put your kids through school.
Sure.
But then I thought, speaking of success, I thought Broadway's the thing. Once I do that,
Yeah.
that will be
That's the ticket.
That's the thing. And it was for a short time. And then
Yes.
you're like, well, no.
We'll be right back with more That Was Us.
I bought myself a Lola blanket a few months ago.
Before they were even sponsors of this podcast.
Before they were sponsors, they became sponsors of the podcast. I'm like, are we talking about my favorite blanket?
Oh!
So we have a beautiful sort of like furry, fuzzy
Oh.
Lola blanket. It stays in our little like TV room.
Uh-huh.
It's super cozy. It's everybody's favorite blanket when we jump down there to watch a movie or a TV show as a family. It is a fan favorite in our house.
I just found out Lola is the world's #1 blanket,
Yep.
crafted with ultra soft, luxury faux fur,
Yep.
and a signature 4-way stretch that sets it apart.
It's
Yeah.
machine washable.
Yeah.
It's double hem for durability.
Yeah.
It stays flawless. There's no pilling, no shedding. Even after repeated washes,
kinda-
I will attest to that.
It
That's cool.
elevates the space, right?
It does.
Like, it's one thing to throw a ratty old blanket on the couch, but if
No,
you got
no.
a blanket that shifts a room, right?
Yeah.
Unbelievably soft, beautifully designed,
That's what
makes
that
your
Lola
home
do.
feel all cozy and curated.
Yeah, it's also a good go-to gift.
Yeah,
I feel like because
man.
it's personal, it's beautiful, it's something that people actually use, but sometimes wouldn't necessarily buy for themselves.
Yeah.
Totally.
For a limited time, our listeners can get 40% off select Lola blankets with code That Was Us at checkout. So head to lolablankets.com and use the code That Was Us to get 40% off your order.
After you purchase,
Yes.
They'll ask you where you heard about them.
Please
Support our show
Yeah.
and let them know we sent you.
wrap yourself in luxury with Lola blankets.
Rachel and I realized when we started getting not only our schedules in line, but now we have 2 kids whose schedules we also have to keep track of, that it's very nice to have a place like the old days where you had a central calendar that we could all look at whenever we were wondering what was on the schedule for the day.
We got the Skylight calendar. It is prominently displayed in the kitchen. Anytime anybody has a question about what they need to be doing or when something starts, when something ends, yada, 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 they can go straight to the kitchen, to the Skylight calendar, and they can see for themselves.
We've had it for a couple of years now, and now Skylight is a sponsor of this podcast.
This all-in-one digital smart calendar syncs seamlessly with Google Calendar, Apple Calendar, Outlook, and more. The Tasks feature also helps kids build healthy routines and independence with brushing teeth and homework and chores, making them all infinitely more fun and rewarding. Families are better when they're working together. Right now, Skylight is offering our listeners $30 off their 15-inch calendars by going to myskylight.com/thatwasus.
Go to myskylight.com/thatwasus for $30 off your 15-inch calendar. That is MYSKYLIGHT.com/thatwasus.
Okay, but speaking similarly to the question you just asked me, was there anybody in both of your lives who you sort of looked to emulate? And you're like, that's my idea of success. That's what success looks like to me.
I got 5 people in my head. But there's a very specific sort of 5 people because the first 2 just passed away not too long ago are Hackman and Duvall. I was always fascinated by the fact that they were roommates in New York City.
Wow, yeah.
I was like, these 2 dudes like knew each other and they went on to become like these people. I was like, that's insane,
Yeah.
right? You know, I remember
What are the
watching To Kill a Mockingbird and I was like, that's his first movie? Is Boo Radley? Like Duvall's first role is like Boo Radley in To Kill a Mockingbird. I was like, are you kidding? He was 35. I remember when he got his first film role. And I was like, all right, still got time. You know what I'm saying? To know that people like hit it a little bit later. Because sometimes when you're young, you're like, oh, if it hasn't happened, is it gonna happen? That sort of thing, right? But I remember just 2 master craftsmen who like put in their time and work. They knew each other. I don't know. There's something that just touched me. And I have like these friends of mine, whether it's Andre Holland or Brian Kinry and Terrell McCraney. And I was like, oh, we may kind of be like them one day.
Yeah.
Like people may talk about us the way that I'm thinking about Hackman and Duvall, right? Okay. Then as a young black man, 2 biggest stars, I think at that time in entertainment outside of Michael Jackson, Eddie Murphy and Denzel Washington. Eddie Murphy in terms of comedy, Denzel Washington in terms of drama or whatnot. And it's like, oh man, like these brothers are huge.
Yeah.
But it's also was this feeling, this weird thing is like, it was kind of a Highlander mentality with regards to brothers that there can be only one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, I don't know if I can just be the one. You know, hopefully there'll be a little bit more space when we
Well,
get
that used
older
to be
or
the
something.
state of things, right?
It really did.
Yeah.
It really, and I've heard them talk about that to a certain extent, right? Then the last person I'm gonna mention is Don Cheadle, because I felt like he's got his wife and long-term partner, and he's got kids. He would do film, he'd do television. I saw him at the Public Theater do Top Dog Underdog with Jeffrey Wright, and I remember watching it just out of grad school and being like, that's it. And I remember seeing him do interviews talking about like, you know, I could go around and doing movies all the time and that'd be great, but I would miss so much of my children's lives that I made conscious choices to be present for them so I can see this happen too. And I'm like, yeah, right.
You can do all of that.
That's it. That's the shit. And so like those 5 people, right? But like Don towards the end really just being like, oh man, there's balance here. There's a thoughtfulness, like there's an intentionality to it that he created something that he wanted that could sustain not just his career, but his family around him as well.
His universe.
Yeah. What about you, bud?
Only Tom Hanks.
I mean, a good one to have.
Those movies, one after the other, of just like your Forrest Gumps, your Philadelphias, your Apollo 13s, your all, and there's something about, and there remains to be something about him that's you never catch the guy acting. right? So when I was growing up, I didn't really even understand that he was acting.
Yeah.
It was just like, he's a guy
Yeah.
who
In
everyone,
different situations.
yeah, who everyone seems to like,
Yeah.
who seems to be a very likable person. And he's like the most special, unspecial person. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to say that without it sounding derogatory, but
They call him an everyman is what,
yeah. And to have the opportunities to play all those different roles. And he was definitely like in our house and in my mind, like, that's it.
Was Bosom Buddies part of your youth?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe in reruns.
Okay.
Maybe
okay.
yeah.
Just checking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for sure.
I was like, I remember watching it. I was like, oh, the dude from Bosom Buddies, and then he was just like, it. You know, I feel like something similar happened. McConaughey had this like mini run of things when he turned 40. I was like, this dude just took some sort of magic acting pill because he's killing it. Like McConaughey from
Well, he took like a
True Detective.
He took like a decade off.
Yeah. True Detectives, and then like the Dallas Buyers Club, and then I was like, oh, bro, he's killing it.
Yeah,
right.
Because he had to walk away. He had to walk away from his rom-com identity.
Yeah,
right.
Hanks is a great one. I love Tom Hanks. Love Tom Hanks. The end of Captain Phillips. You want to talk about somebody not acting? Sometimes like there's
90 seconds.
There's a few moments where I watch people. And I think I've said this before, and I was like, oh, that's a good choice. I like that choice. I would have made a choice similar. I would have made a choice different. I like that. Then there's a moments where you go, I don't know how he did that.
Yeah. I don't know how he did that.
And that's one of those I haven't seen the movie.
Oh, boy.
I mean, that's not surprising.
You could just
watch that
YouTube the last scene of Captain Phillips and understand that a captain has been has been taken hostage on his ship, and then just watch that scene. It's like, it's
stupid.
It's
stupid.
It is Michael Jordan dunking from the free throw line.
Stupid.
You're just like, how? What the?
Stupid.
Never seen before. Yeah.
Okay.
And
I'm going to do that in the car.
Just him.
You should probably watch the movie. I'm just only saying that because it may add the context of it. Because sometimes if you jumped, you remember when I showed you guys. You remember I showed you guys the clip of old girl explaining death.
Yes. Yes.
I've shared that with so many people. Paula Pell.
Paula Pell.
Oh, I forgot about the rally.
Paula
There
Pell.
will come a time, 48 hours before you die. Yeah, so good.
Okay, I'm jumping around. So there are different tent poles for success for me. Like what you were talking about, buying the condo, like using your wage off of your art to provide a life for yourself, right? Paying back my student loans was a moment where I was just like, oh boy, I think my brother, I don't know if my sister, I think my brother's still paying back student loans. My brother's 14 years older than me. Remember this, right? They can get you. And kids coming out of college now, if you don't have a lot of help, oh boy. So that's
the rest of your
life. Paying that. Getting the condo with Ryan, right? But also like, my wedding was like one of the best days of my life. Like.
Success.
Oh, bro. It felt so good.
Yeah.
To be surrounded by friends and family, of celebrating your love or what have you. I mean, I had a very similar feeling with the roast. Like honestly, this is success. Like the cultivation of relationships.
You can tell the people, me roasting you was as good as marrying Ryan.
Hands down.
That's what you can tell.
Hands down.
That's basically what you're saying.
That's basically what he was saying.
Period.
Yeah.
Right?
Period.
But is what you were saying earlier, Mandy, there are these moments when you think of yourself in a particular way, and I think I'm this way or whatnot, but then you're able to see something in the reflection of the relationships that you have nurtured in life. And you're like, if these people love me, I'm doing something right.
Correct.
And it doesn't
you
even feel like
way better.
self-congratulatory. It's just like, no, I'm friends with dope-ass people. I must be dope in order to be with these people.
Sure.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's right.
Like that's pretty fucking awesome too.
Yeah.
Now, I will also go into this. There's a couple of other ones where friends of mine would say this when they happened. First time I was on Sesame Street.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Friends were like, bro, you're on Sesame Street? You're like talking to Ernie on that? I was like, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Had the privilege of doing SNL.
Yes.
That was another one where friends were like, all right,
Dude.
all right.
Milestone.
It's happened.
Yeah.
It's done. right? Like, I mean, I had a buddy send me a text. He was like, fuck your Emmy. You're on SNL.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But also, don't fuck the Emmy. Like,
No.
the Emmy
Yeah,
is...
yeah, that's pretty
They're
cool.
sharp. You can't.
You can't.
Yeah.
They're very pointy.
Yeah,
It
way
would
too,
hurt.
way
It would
too
hurt.
sharp.
Yeah.
So there are these moments, but like, there's nothing that feels like you're done. Because there is this other part, like if you use that as like sort of the tentpole thing, then you also have to recognize that you're only as good as the last thing you've done.
Yeah.
Right? And then you just go like, I think there's, instead of like a moment of arriving at something, there's a moment of appreciation. I was like, that was cool. It was cool to be recognized. It was cool to be this.
Mm-hmm.
Now I want to go do something else.
Right.
Right? Because there's always something else to be done.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not on to bigger and better.
No.
It's just on to the next.
What's next? What's next?
Yeah.
Like you, Mandy, like, I don't want to stop doing this. I have this vision of myself at whatever age, like saying lines and being, you know, one day I'll be the grandpa, like I've been the dad.
Same.
And you'll be the, and I loving every bit of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being on set is my church. And I don't mean that to sound like sacrilegious to anybody or anything like that. But like when the zone is happening,
Yeah.
and the spirits are flowing,
100%.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that, there's nothing more magical. There's a day in particular where I remember this, and it had nothing to do with me. It was the day, and it'll come up in this season 6, where Mandy Moore is sort of explaining to her kids like what's about to go down and what she
No.
expects from them when it goes off. I remember getting up from the table and walking away. You won't be able to get this on camera, and you won't even hear it. I was just like, this is what I'm fucking here for, bro. This bro is acting so hard. I think he would just do it over and over again. I was like,
Yeah.
let's go. Awesome.
There were so many times during the course of our show that I felt not like that, but just like, what? Like I would leave and I'd be radiating like, oh, this is how it's supposed to feel.
Yeah, man.
This is electric. This is magic.
Well, to succeed as an artist, right? For the longest time, I was trying to figure out what it is, right? So we identified this passion, right? This passion for performing or for collaborating with other people or whatever the thing is, and the passion leads us to a purpose. As we get older, maybe we identify what we do has a deeper purpose than maybe we first identified. And I was talking about this at a FYC event the other night, which is probably not the place to talk about it because nobody at an FYC event wants to hear about the oneness of everything. You could feel the
I do.
Share it with them, bro.
You could feel the room turn. They're like, oh, okay, the oneness of everything. But that's what all art, every art form in any form is trying to do, is trying to remind us of the oneness of everything.
Yeah.
And to give you a way into that oneness, whether it's through this family or this character or a song lyric, to remind you of a universal truth, something that is true, not objectively, not subjectively, something that is true.
Yeah.
With a capital T.
Yeah.
And we, as actors from the inside of it, know when it's happening.
Yes.
We can see when another actor has gone there and they're like, oh shit. And that's when you have to drop in and support as much as you can and participate as much as you can and not interrupt and not get in the way and lift and participate. And for a moment, it's like those moments in church where everyone's singing really
Spirit
nicely
is
today.
moving, baby.
People are harmonizing. Wow. People are in rhythm. Yeah. Which is also why it feels so painful on those days when it doesn't feel that way.
Sure.
Where you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
We're missing the point today.
Right.
Or whatever we're doing is not getting at any truth.
Yeah.
You know, that doesn't have to be high art.
Right.
But as long as it gets at some kind of truth.
Absolutely.
Then we will have succeeded.
Yes.
You know, and I think we've found on this podcast that our show succeeded in doing that in ways that we never even imagined.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. Looking back, how much of your definition of success came from you versus what society told you success should be? And I'll say this. Once I made the decision to become an artist, it became from me. it came from me. But before, when I was an economics major and I had the job at the Federal Reserve Bank, and I thought that money was the end-all, be-all, right? I was definitely following a track that I think was laid down for me, but not by me, just what was expected of me. As soon as at age 20, I was like, no. Money's not that important.
Right.
I had to, and it's not that I wanted to live destitute or I had some sort of glamorized version of a starving artist. Like I wanted to live, but it wasn't the end game. The end game wasn't the pursuit of finance. The end game was the pursuit of art, of joy, of that oneness that you're talking about, of purpose. And once you find that, then the other things are the windfall from it, right? But if you're chasing the external without sort of finding the reason for it, it was an empty pursuit of money, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure people probably have that thing that they do, and they may have a lot of money, but they don't have the other thing that's like lighting them up from within,
Right.
you know?
Right.
Then there's this other thing that happens where I say, I thank God at age 20 I made it because my brother is a brilliant barbecue artist. I think I've talked about this like earlier on in the podcast. And has this big pit and will cook his meat for like 16 hours or over a day, and it's just falling off the bone, delicious. And he's a pharmaceutical salesman because it was the practical thing to do. And he had responsibility, he had kids early or whatnot. He said, if I had to do it over again, I may have gone into this thing. I'm glad for me that I don't have that conversation with myself. I did the thing. I made the switch.
Right.
That's the greatest gift I've ever given to Sterling Brown. Is saying like, you know what? This might be dumb, but it feels right.
Yeah.
And I got to see where this goes. Otherwise, I'm going to be asking myself that question.
Yeah.
That was probably my greatest success.
Yeah.
Right.
If we can identify our passions, our passion will eventually reveal to us our purpose.
Yeah.
And the people in my life who I deem a quote unquote success are people who obey their purpose above all else.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Above partner, above finance, above circumstance, above whatever it is. This is my purpose.
Yeah.
And I know that. And I will do anything to stay true to that first.
Yeah.
Because if you're not true to that, then you can almost instantly be identified as inauthentic to
You're
yourself.
Aaron Burr, bro. If you stand for nothing, what do you fall for? You just waffling.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. I didn't mean for Aaron Burr to catch strays. I just like Hamilton on that. That's all.
Sorry, Aaron. Yeah, I know.
When appropriate.
Aaron, listen.
Aaron, we didn't
call
mean
into
it.
the speak pipe.
Yeah.
Let us know what your thoughts are. So what do you want your children?
Ooh.
How do you want them to relate to success? We had an interesting thing with Bear. Bear wants to be first.
Okay.
Wants to be first in line. Wants to be the first one walking in a door.
Yeah.
He wants to be first.
Okay.
He wants to be the leader.
Yeah.
And Rachel reframed it for him in a way that was like instantly helpful for him. And she was essentially just saying, being a leader doesn't necessarily mean you're always in front. It means that everyone you are with arrives safely.
I like that.
And it was like a way for him to like reprocess what that means for a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
So he wasn't always literally like knocking people over.
He's
To
a
be
big boy.
first.
To be first.
Yeah.
To be the winner.
Yeah.
To be a success, to be the champion, whatever
Yeah.
it's like, and you can see it. It's kind of really, I don't know what the word is, in children's entertainment, where it's like, we got to win this race. It's like every cartoon. It's like, whatever we do, we can't lose. And it's a bunch of monster trucks like knocking each other over to like, and so like Bear's the same, where he gets an arm going. It's like, I gotta win. There's nothing to win.
Yeah.
It's just going in to eat lunch or whatever.
The four of us walking in to eat lunch. First one inside wins.
Oh, no, totally. Gus is like, I got upstairs first. I'm like, it's not a race to go to the bath, my friend.
Yeah, you did. You got upstairs first.
So what does it mean?
What's the point?
What is it? What is success? What do I want my kids to think about? I feel like there is a great joy in extending effort towards something that you enjoy doing. I want to see, I feel like a lot of teenagers sometimes will go through this moment of like an extension of effort looks inherently uncool.
Right. To try too hard, to look thirsty.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I want everybody to work through that time and phase.
Yes. Remember, stay thirsty, my friends.
You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, and this is sort of just mincing terms to a little bit, but like, I feel like work, when it's its best, is hard but not arduous. Like you have to put something into it, right? In order to get something out of it that is of some value. But while you're putting that something into it, there's a certain joy just in the process of doing it.
Yeah.
So I hope that they find joy in the process of whatever they're doing, because I think that's a lot of what we're talking about, is that it's not an end result.
To get good at failing.
You know what I'm saying? It is to learn through process that is everything.
Right.
The process is it. Like, you can ask me for another take and another take or whatnot. And I was like, there's no perfect take, right? There will be a take that I'm like, all right, that was a good one. I like that one. So I know if we don't get anything else, I know I got that one at least. But like there's times where you could ask me, I could do it over and over again. And then I'm like, all right, well, we got to make the day. So I like that's solid too. But like each time is an opportunity for me to do the thing that I love.
Yeah.
So it's like, I try to resist the idea of being frustrated and be like, no, I signed up for this shit. This is the fun part, right? And so I want them to find something that they have an equivalent level of joy, where whether anybody sees them doing it or not, they know they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. Like, I hope they don't have a lingering thought in their head about like, is this it for me? Like, is this what I feel like what you said, Chris, when that revelation happens, it's almost inignorable. You're like, no, this is it. And you have to listen to that thing and go.
Yeah.
I hope my kids also just are aware of creating their own idea of success, or what success looks like, or just how they define it individually, and to not feel burdened that they have to measure some version of success alongside me and their dad. Do you know? It's like, I don't want them to, my husband and I talk about this a lot.
That's
like, I am incredibly lucky to have found the success that I have in my life. I am by no means, there are people that are far more successful at what we all do than I am. But I don't want my kids to look at what I do or what their father does and say like, oh, we were just lucky. I want them to realize the work that we put into it. Yeah. But I don't want them to feel burdened by not achieving some perceived level that's equivalent to like where I've found myself, or where Taylor has, or with whatever path they choose in life. I mean, I'm not sure that either of the kids are either the boys, just because I know them a little more. They're a little older than Lou, but I'm not sure either of them are going to be artists. But if they choose to be, especially, I hope that they don't feel.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean?
That notoriety has anything to do with success.
Well, sure. Or if for some reason they don't achieve whatever level of success they believe I've achieved, that they've somehow failed, or that I don't want them to feel like burdened by that.
Sure. I have a question. It's not a hot take, but I want to ask for a clarification of terms and for definition. What, because you used it twice, how do you define luck? What is luck? Because you said I'm lucky twice. And I'm pushing back in the gentle way, but like, what is luck? How is it luck showed up in your life?
feel like it's, what did they say? The marriage of opportunity
Preparation
and
meeting
preparation. And
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I do feel that way.
Yeah.
Like, what sets me apart from any other successful, talented person out there?
Sure.
I happen to be in the right place at the right time.
Mhm.
I am not negating that I haven't worked hard for it, that do you know what I mean?
Okay, I hear you.
I absolutely believe that a huge part of why I sit in this chair today has to do with luck.
Yeah. What do you think about luck? How do you
Same.
define the
I mean,
same
it's the
thing?
same.
Yeah.
I used to talk about, my acting career as like we all show up to a sandwich shop and we all take a number
Okay.
and,
Sometimes your number's called.
247. Jeez. All right. Well, they just called 36. I guess I
You got a ways to
Gotta
go.
a minute.
gotta wait for my sandwich here. And
Yeah.
in the meantime, I guess I'll think about what I want to order.
Right.
The metaphor falls apart pretty quick, but but it's about persistence.
Yeah.
There are people, by my quote unquote egotistical estimation, who are less talented than I am, that are more successful, and there are people that I've encountered who are way more talented than I am,
Yeah.
who don't have the same notoriety,
Opportunities. Yeah.
or that I have.
Yeah.
And so, what's the difference? There's a certain amount of preparation, there's a certain amount of training,
Yeah.
and then when the opportunity arises, are you prepared?
Right.
And there have been plenty of opportunities that have arisen that I've not been prepared for,
Okay.
and it didn't work out for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for the thing that I've said it in here before, but the thing that I think about when I get a role is like every role that I do get has everything to do with me, and every role that I do not get has nothing to do with me.
Sure.
The things that need to align
Yeah.
for me, God, I really hope I don't look like the casting director's ex-husband, or you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, or I hope the person they're partnering me with isn't 5'1".
Yeah. Right.
You
I hear
know what I mean?
Sure.
Like there's all of these things that go in
Sure.
that are by chance.
Yes.
Like not necessarily luck
Mhm.
by the proper definition, but there's so many things that need to go right.
Yeah.
Do you take objection to that idea?
No, I don't. I think my mom used to always talk to me about luck, and she would have this thing about, I don't even know if mom's definition even works for me. I think I'm more sort of like in a quantum field sort of image and reality place in my life, and where like the life that you see, the outpicturing of the life that we live is just a reflection of the image that you already have in your head.
Mm-hmm.
And so in that same sort of RAS way, we find what we're looking for sort of thing. And I think for me, because success has never been attached to a particular achievement of something, but just the work itself and the ability to make a living to live off of, right? I don't want to say like I do it for free, but the ability to make a living, but not necessarily have to have, all the things in the world. I feel like we find what we're looking for. And I feel like that clarity of thought that you had at age 6 leads to a certain life, right? Like nobody was going to tell you that it wasn't going to be so. You're like, this is what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there is something about that clarity of thought and vision that creates its own luck,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense.
Sure.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I think for most people, I believe we allow the doubts to shroud that level of clarity to the point where it's like, maybe I didn't really think that. Maybe I wasn't actually, maybe that was never intended. You know what I'm saying? And they sort of like talk themselves out of it.
It's easier to accept if we have some control.
Do you know what I'm saying? But I do think that there's something about a 6-year-old girl who's like, this is it.
Mm-hmm.
There was something about a 20-year-old Brown who's like, this is what we're going to do. Like once that choice is made, I feel like that is part of the creation of luck
Mm.
Right.
also.
Okay.
Totally.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Totally.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
There's ownership in the look.
Yeah.
Well, the dedication to never-ending preparation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
mean,
it's not the
Each
end.
audition is a new preparation.
That's what it is.
You know what I mean? Like
that thought process
Yeah.
is the beginning of something. It's not the end of something.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I'll make it this way. Back in the day, when I'd be at home and be like, well, pray for so-and-so. All right, what are we praying for? Just pray that they're da-da-da-da-da. And then folks would sit and they would pray. And I think that there's extreme power in prayer. But I feel like prayer is the beginning of something.
right.
If you're using prayer as like the end of something, like prayer, like whatever it is that you're doing is going to inspire some kind of action. And it is the action that comes from that prayer, which is the thing that you really need to pay attention to, because I feel like the prayer in and of itself, if you're just sitting there and nothing else comes from it, then I don't know how authentically you really prayed.
That's interesting.
Interesting.
Hot take.
Hot take.
No, not so
I've
hot.
always been intrigued by the idea of in the Midwest, South, even the church I grew up in,
Sure.
praying for other people,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
and especially when it's public.
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on here? And we pray for Daniel that he gets another job, that he gets his life together in front of people.
Yeah.
And let's hope he has a wife soon and some kids. You know, like I've seen it happen.
Okay.
I've seen it happen where
Sure.
it's like people
Very
putting
specific.
putting their hopes on someone else
Yeah.
in the form of
Yeah.
prayer. That maybe has nothing to do with what you're talking about. It was reminding me that the idea of connecting with that unity
Yeah.
can be a very personal, but also telling thing.
Again, I don't want to get to I want to talk about
It's-
success. As I get offline with you on this one.
And the Lord said
I want-
unto me.
offline with you on this one.
Let's talk about the end.
The end of,
What do you
of
wanna talk
life.
about?
Well, one of the things that popped into my mind, I have the same feeling about a little bit of everything. Taylor's song.
Ah,
Okay.
That song is the idea of success.
oh,
What the message of that song, or the song that I looked up. There's a song by the Avett Brothers called "No Hard Feelings."
Okay.
One of these songs that I was like, oh, that if this, and I'm just going to read the lyrics here. When my body won't hold me anymore, and it finally sets me free, will I be ready? When my feet won't walk another mile, and my lips give their last kiss goodbye, will my hands be steady? When I lay down my fears, my hopes, and my doubts, the rings on my fingers, and the keys to my house, with no hard feelings. And to live a life that amounts to no hard feelings when I leave it.
Yeah.
Not from me to anyone else
Yeah.
or from anyone else to me. Those hard feelings.
Yeah.
That's pretty succinct. and
Is
beautiful.
the song is just like right on the nose. You're like, wow, okay, there it is.
Yeah.
Some of the questions in our format, we're just talking about like the end of your life, like what would you want people to say about you or to blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me almost what people say
Yeah.
when I'm gone or when I, at my funeral or whatever the thing is, but to leave the world with no hard feelings
I can
is
tell you.
an interesting
concept.
I like the concept. I always when I think about Sterling Brown Jr. and like so many, the nature of memory becomes more ephemeral as time passes, and remembering specifics is hard to sort of remember, right? But the feeling that he left me with of being loved unconditionally is a feeling that won't go away.
Right.
Like it's eternal.
Right.
And I hope, my mom used to say this thing when I would go spend the night over somebody's house. And I try to tell my kids, and I hope they're doing something of it, although I think we can all do better. I was like, leave things better than you found them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And she would say, if you leave things better than you found them, you'll always be asked back.
Ah,
Right?
That's it.
That's pretty much what I try to do. Just try to leave it a little bit better than you found it. Actors who don't, and I'm sure you guys are in the same camp as me. I've heard this from certain people in the trailer who don't like hang up their clothes when you're done at the end of the day. And man, don't let people clean up shit for you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that is your number one.
Here's my question,
rule in your trailer.
because I don't hang up some things.
something if they need to be washed, you can lay them close next to the shoes so they can pick them up and do it.
I fold
That's fine.
and put everything in one spot.
That's
but I
fine.
thought that was all getting taken off the hanger anyways. Am I wrong?
Sometimes I think they stay on the hanger.
Am I wrong?
I put things back on the hanger.
There are certain things in our industry. There are certain things in our industry that you never see anybody else do.
Of course.
And so you're like, what do we do here? And I was like, I just put everything here.
If they gave me socks or underwear, I'm not putting them back on the hanger.
Yeah.
Shirt? I've used them and they've been close to my body.
Dirty, sweaty shirt?
If it's dirty and sweaty, I may fold it up and put it on the floor.
Yeah.
But sometimes I just hang
You
it back.
put back underwear, or do you just take those home?
I give them back.
Oh, I take them home. I wear them home. I'm like, I'm wearing underwear. You can buy some other underwear.
Got it.
You don't want to wash my dirty underwear? Ew.
Got it.
Yeah. I would.
I
Sorry,
take
didn't sound
Sterling's
right.
Oh.
underwear home.
What?
What? What did you say?
I always
What's just happened?
take that home. Socks?
Always?
No. Always.
Really?
Undergarments? Yes.
Yeah, but your underwear probably
Maybe
fit
not a
differently
bra,
than my underwear.
not a bra, but like underwear for sure. I'm like,
Your underwear
that's
fit
intimate. I'm
closer.
not. Yeah. I'm
My
not,
underwear, it's not this close.
not doing that.
Yeah.
Aren't they washing the clothes every night?
But by the way, I usually like there's very few times they only provide underwear if it's like a dress, like a certain
Like a
you know what I
slip?
mean, like a slip dress. Then they have the underwear.
I think that this episode of this podcast has been a success.
I think it's been an absolute success. It is, you know what? Like the career, I think success is about life, is about, I don't know, I said it at the roast, like the relationships that you have. Like when I think about the milestones that I've achieved, and they've been numerous, and I've been deeply appreciative, and they're awesome. I'm not going to be able to take any of those awards with me. I was going to say in the casket, but I'm going to be cremated, right?
Yeah.
But I do know, I know that the love goes forward, right? Like, because I still feel Sterling Brown. I still feel Lurleen Banks, who's Arlene Brown's mom. I still feel Andrew Jacob Dare, who's my buddy who passed away the year that we graduated from school. Like, I still feel their presence, right? And so I think obeying that thing, that still small voice inside of you that is guiding you towards your own truth, right? Because he who can name the way doesn't know the way. Taoism is, my path is different than yours, is different than yours, is different than yours. And you gotta listen to that thing, man, that says like, oh, this is for you. And whatever that thing is for you, man, the greatest gift you can give to yourself is to listen. That's it.
That
That's
purpose.
Yeah. Good convo.
That was us.
Chat.
Oh, sorry. Chat was us, dog.
That Was Us is filmed at Rabbit Grin Studios and produced by Rabbit Grin Productions. Music by Taylor Goldsmith and Griffin Goldsmith.
Da-da-da-dum, da-da-dum. That was us.
That was a HeadGum podcast.